YukkaLab unleashes the power of news by indexing the media landscape in real time, thus making news measurable. They condense the entire information overload into scores and signals for next-level risk and investment management. In this way, YukkaLab turns unstructured news data into easy-to-understand, actionable and valuable insights. Today, they will show and tell how their solution supports insurers in making better decisions and bringing their business performance to the next level. Next on stage, YukkaLab.
Hello everyone, this is Andreas and I'm Oliver and we are the founders of YukkaLab, a leading decision intelligence company based in Berlin with a team of 25 AI experts. Our mission is to introduce a data-driven approach to news and transform the way you work through our news AI. The invention of Gutenberg of the printing press was a game changer when it comes to making more news available to people. This clearly turned into too much news when it was combined with online and social media, creating a massive information overload, which is not possible to be analyzed in full when you make decisions or when you prepare for a client meeting, leaving a lot of uncertainty, but also creating a lot of business risk. So today, I want to show you the next game changer, empowering you to analyze all of the news data while actually having to read no news at all. Sounds confusing? Right, let me show you how that works. Imagine every business expert in your organization would have a personal assistant perfectly trained to read and analyze the news just like you would do. It knows the impact of the events on your business and the companies relevant for your position and your business. And then it analyzes news 24/7, online, licensed content, over 700,000 articles every day. That in English, German, Chinese, Russian, Italian, French, and any other language you wanted to kind of analyze the news. And then creates a nice summary with the most relevant stories for the companies you care about and alerts you if something relevant is happening immediately with an email into your inbox. So if that's already not too good to be true, it can do more. The AI assistant also keeps track of the stats. How many mentions of the companies are there in the news? What events are the companies involved with? And thereby transforming unstructured news data that so far had to be read by a human and made sense of into a structured data point that's machine readable, analyzable. So you as a company can create a competitive advantage by deriving trends, identifying patterns, and spotting outliers from this unique data. These insights are not available to a human because he simply cannot process that much data. So really the only thing the AI assistant can't do is to make you a nice cappuccino to go along and sip on when you look at those unique insights and kind of plan your next business move. But let's look at it concretely from the perspective of a credit underwriter looking at the company China Evergrande. So for this use case, we will go back a year in time so we can also show you how the story played out. The underwriter is under more and more pressure to underwrite more deals in less time, but there's more and more data to be analyzed. So how does it do it? He doesn't. It just looks at the fraction of the data, leaving the other data out of the news, creating uncertainty and an increased risk for claims down the line. So Andreas will show you how you can do it with our solution. You just type in the name of the company, China Evergrande, and the AI assistant provides you with the perfect news screening, already condensed all the unstructured news data in a news-based risk score that indicates the level of risk associated with the company. Goes from 0 to 10, everything above 5 is in the high risk zone. And it also gives you a RAG classification telling you if you need to run an intensive news screening, a mild one for amber, or no check at all if it's green. So here we're dealing clearly with a red flag. You can see the line, that's the news-based risk score. It has a clear spike up to the level of 10, which is actually the maximum. And the mosaic below shows you the different events. You can see we deal with liquidity problems, sales volume decrease, bankruptcy threat. And if you want to know what the event is about, you click on it and you get the direct event spans showing you the sentence where China Evergrande is involved in the event. And you can see the full article. But you have a data-driven approach, so you don't need to look at all the articles, you just look at the relevant ones. But let's fast forward 3.5 months and see how it plays out. The bars at the bottom of the chart, that's the news volume per day. You can see by mid-July, when we had the peak in the risk score, there were like 10, 20 articles a day. This literally exploded to up to 2,000 articles by the end of October. And you can see the company was downgraded to default status in its credit rating, and the stock price took a huge beating. So a very negative business impact that you could have avoided with such an early warning system that we provide based on real-time unstructured news data. But it's not the only use case for an underwriter. You can also screen your portfolio of existing clients. So let's imagine D&O insurance, yearly renewals. You need to check if there's a new upcoming business risk in the news that you didn't know about before you renew. You can see the companies already ranked by their risk score, and you choose one, here Credit Suisse. You can see the stories, the events, you check the event spans, and quickly qualify if there's something you didn't know about or that's of concern. You can flag a specific article, like this one here, where one of the managers is involved in some dodgy action. You flag it, you give your comment, and then you auto-compile the report for the renewal automatically, but you can also ingest your personal comments and reasonings, and that's then an audit trail that shows the snapshot of what you looked at and what you thought was of concern. So a really a good efficiency gainer that boosts your efficiency by 25x, because you don't need to screen 80% of the companies in a portfolio of 1,000 companies, because there's no too little risk. And as well, the 20 remaining percent of the companies, you can check 5 times as fast because you have this interface. And on top, you also get the report compiled automatically. As you can imagine from the pitch, it's not only relevant for an underwriter, but pretty much for any business expert in any role, because you always need news. So you can see we have different scores for different use cases. We developed them with different partners, also from insurance, reinsurance. For example, with Swiss Re, we developed the credit risk score. With Generali, Versicherungskammer Bayern, and Swiss Life, we worked on ESG, risk, and sales opportunity. And you can actually really easily create your own score with our custom module. You give it a name, you select the events from our event cluster that have an impact for you, attribute a weighting, a polarity, and off you go. You see the world's unstructured news data in real time unfold through your specific lens, giving you a data-driven approach to choose what to focus on and to pick the companies you spend your time reading. So you can also use the score to trigger alerts, making them really relevant and personal, and of course also get a branded update per newsletter, rounding the full package off. To sum it up, just like coffee is the essence of a very long process where you select the best beans, you roast them, you harvest them, and it goes through a temperature and a process to create something that gives you an energized and successful start in the day. We do the same for the news. We select the news that have the most impact for you, prepare them so they're actionable, so you can make better decisions and bring the performance to the next level, be it in underwriting, risk management, sustainability, or sales. Thank you very much for your attention, and please vote for us as a DIA Diamond 2022. Thank you.